What's up, y'all? About to eat my dinner. I done already started eating it. Look, something crossed my mind, right? A guy was telling me, he was saying, he said, man, I'm not gonna worry about nothing no more. Whatever happens, happens, right? And I understand what he's saying, but like, God, people tell me, I'm not gonna say people tell me, but I think about a lot of things in life that, look, the biggest thing I want to do is be able to provide for my family, right? And I struggle with just letting that go because you have to understand my family is dependent on me. And I'm dependent on the Lord. uh, though we walk by faith, not by sight, I still struggle with finances. Because it's like, yes, the Lord has always made a way since I've been alive. But my mind will be playing tricks on me like, man, maybe this month gonna be different. And it's fear, right? You go to church, you hear the preaching, you hear the teaching, you study the word of God. I forgot what passage it is in the Bible, but one of the guys, I don't have context, but he said, Lord, help my unbelief. And the next man said, Lord, open his eyes that he may see. And when God opened his eyes, he seen they was right here. And there was a small army surrounding them. Forgive me if I got the story wrong. I'm not a Bible scholar. And they was right here. Was a small army around them. And he said, Lord, help mine unbelief. And another guy said, Lord, open his eyes that he may see. The small army around them was surrounded by a bigger army from God to protect and save them. Listen, I have to remind myself that the Lord is going to work it out. Like, I'm not under no financial pressure right now. I'm not staring down the barrel of a gun. Bills paid. 3 of my kids are sick. We got medicine for them. We got a good doctor for them. It's just, sometimes my faith wavers. Sometimes I think, Lord, are you asleep? Or are you really watching what's going on? But I know the Lord got everything worked out. I just gotta trust him more. And you would think that if you look back on my life when I was struggling, when I was broke, when I was poor, when the Lord delivered me, you think you'll be like, man, you shouldn't have that problem with struggling anymore. You should see that the Lord has showed you a way to work it out. Look, I feel better when I have money in my hand versus when I don't have money in my hand. And I tell that to the Lord all the time. I say, Lord, you give me a $4,000 landscape job. I have no problem giving you 10%, even though I didn't profit the whole 4,000. For instance, if I do a $4,000 landscape job and I walk away with $2,800 of profit, I'ma still tithe on the 4,000. I'm drinking all this. That's why I'm drinking out of it. And I be like, see, God, I don't mind giving back to you, you know? So bless me with more. I'm not gonna hoard it up. I don't mind giving. Right. I remember a time, this was back in April, let's say April or May. I had made $10,000 in 1 week. I made it. I didn't profit it. I made it. I had done some landscaping for a guy. It took me 3 days in between doing my other jobs. That was like $4,900. I had done some shrub trimming work for $2,000. That had ran it up to about like $7,000. And I had did like $3,000 of grass cutting that week. So I remember I had a couple of overgrown properties. And at the end of the week, I always tallied my money up and tithe on it. Again, end of the week, man, I needed to tithe $1,000. I said, man, my goodness. I said, you know, Lord, I ain't profit 10,000. I said to myself, God, you willing to give me 10,000, I'll tithe 1,000. The point of this video isn't about the money. It's about the fact that at times I'm willing to trust God with it all. And at times I'll be feeling like, God, you sleep at the wheel. You don't see what's going on. You know, I need this, I need that. But, and I watched this video of a lady. She was talking about how her and her husband been together since they were 16. They're 38 now. And there's never not been a time where he didn't provide for the family. She said when he was working at the sawmill, when the sawmill laid everybody off, husband started his own business. She said he had a plan. If the business wasn't going to work, he was going to go out of town and start working. Now, I'm going to get out here and grind 6 days a week, 5 days a week if I have to. And some people may feel as though that you're making it happen. It's not the Lord. I'm going to be honest. I've seen the Lord come in clutch too many times for me to sit here and tell you that it wasn't the Lord. The most I ever made in one day was $4,800 by myself. And I think I profited $4,000. Just when I had a full-time job. $4,800. I did that job in 12 hours. And then I turned around and went to my full-time job. So I know God always make it happen for me, but sometimes I lack faith. And me being a Christian, I would look at other Christians and be like, man, they don't struggle with this, man. They got it all figured out. I be feeling like at times I'm the only one that worries about money. And it's like, man, why you worried about money? Like, bro, we need it to live. What you mean? Why I'm worried about it? We need it to flip and live. Man, that bothers me. Like, bro, I can look at what's in my account and be like, man, by the time I pay this and pay this and pay this and pay that, and me and my wife go sit down, eat somewhere, then I treat myself to this, I gotta get back on the grind. And I wanna live. I don't wanna live like that. So I be saying to myself, if you make more, it'll solve the problem, but it won't. That week I made $10,000. Again, I didn't profit. Yeah. Look, like that week, I made that $10,000. Like, I'm gonna break it down. When the end of that week hit, it was 10 grand in my account. It was 10,000 in my account, right? I had put materials on one of my business cards, so I think I had to put back like maybe like $1,000. So when that 10 was in the account, that 10 instantly went to 9 because I had to put back the money I spent on materials and stuff. And then look at that. That same week, I had pushed all my bills out that week. I had pushed out mortgage, light bill, water bill, phone bill, vehicle insurance, my commercial vehicle insurance on my trucks, put groceries in the house. I had paid all my bills. And then I had tithed at $1,000. So when I look back at my account, I was like, man, flip, man, where the money at? I need to do it again. And you'll find yourself chasing the money because you need more. But never mind, 90% of people don't make $10,000 in a week. Now, I don't make that every week. That was just one of them one-off weeks. And again, some of that money was from the previous week, the job I finally finished up. Well, you'll look at it like, bro, 90% of people is not going to touch $10,000 in a week. And I was saying to myself, man, I don't want to hear that. I ain't everybody else. Flip that. I want another 10. And you'll look up. No matter how much you make, it's never enough. It's never enough. Because let's say you get another 10. You'll be like, well, got another 10. Well, 6,000 to pay this right here off. So then you'll pay it off, do some other stuff, and then the 10 gone again. And you're looking like, I need another 10. It ain't enough. And then you'll have a cluck brain tell you, the only thing you're doing chasing the money. You chasing the money. But if I'm gonna be honest, it feels like I'm running out of time. It really feels like I'm running out of time. And it's like I'm trying to set my family up before time runs out. And you'll look up, you'll be a hamster on the wheel, just running. Talking quiet because everybody's asleep. I'm just in the kitchen thinking, my mind racing. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't sleep a lot at night. Like, it's pushing 11 o'clock. It's 10:35. I'll be out at about 11:30. About 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'm wide awake. So I get up, either read a book I'm reading or try and read the Bible and pray. And then I go on about my day. And I grind all day nonstop. And then when the day over, you reflect on what it is you have accomplished. And as a man, you look at everything like you want your time to count and be valuable. But you don't want to waste your life chasing the money, but at the same time, you're just trying to provide a better lifestyle for your family and for yourself. And you can get caught on, and I will admit, I'm caught on the hamster wheel, and I don't know how to get off. Well, man, just jump off and don't worry about the money. Man, shut the flip up. That's easier said than done. So I don't know. I don't know. Fixing to go in here and lay down. Before I wake up, I must crack open that new book I bought. It's just a rant. While I'm eating dinner, just a little rant. But man, I catch y'all on the next video too.